All right, good evening. We're actually live. This is Mike, Ninja Local Marketing, and I'm with Kevin, a professional pet business owner. And his job is to actually help other pet business owners with their business. Now, he's having a small challenge. So, again, he came over to Ninja Local. He got us in the private forum, and we're doing a quick strategy session video call to see how we can get him unstuck. Just in the private forum, we went through, he did a very good job. Let's give you a background. He did an entire webinar. He got a market research. He did all the stats. He did a really kick-butt video. Looked like something that should have been on TV. And then he had a landing page. He had a proper funnel built. He did a webinar live. He had an offer. And unfortunately, that's where it ended. He made an offer, and nobody wanted it. So we went over the video, the sales page, specifically the offer that was made or actually not made or not made correctly on the webinar. We're going to improve that. But even on the landing page, we turn just the random facts into powerful questions, which that actually helps people when they're on a webinar, they click on an ad and they see, do you have a $10,000 ad? Of course you don't. But if you'd like one for free, we're going to give you one if you stay at the end of the webinar. Are you getting all the Google reviews that you need automatically? If not, you need to be on this webinar. So having a powerful question actually makes a statement, 1,000 times more powerful, because you can make a statement saying, we're going to show you how to get more reviews on Google automatically. Or you can ask them, are you doing that now? And if the answer is no, and they don't know how to do it, and the only answer is on that webinar, I have to register. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself for a few seconds, and then we can go over what we went over yesterday, and then we can dissect that, and then we'll talk to some new stuff. So, Kevin, introduce yourself.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate you helping me through this challenge here. And as Mike mentioned, my name is Kevin Schriver. I own and operate two separate businesses, both located in the pet industry. One is a local brick and mortar business where we do dog walking, pet sitting, cat sitting, dog training, behavioral reinforcement. And I've got myself, 3 managers that work full-time, as well as 7 part-time people. So it's a huge operation in terms of, not huge. We have a huge amount of labor, standard challenges that come with owning and operating a local service-based business. Well, my other business that I am attempting to grow, because there is other potential, larger potential for myself and my family, is to actually grow my online consulting, training, speaking business that's related in the same field, where I'm actually working with other pet business owners to get better results for their business. And one of the biggest challenges that I've run into being in this industry, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the pet industry, it's a relatively new industry. And so the challenge is, the opportunity is that we're in a new industry. We're like Lewis and Clark going across the West here, where we're trying to forge this new system, create this new empire, and get other people to buy into the process, buy into the needs of everything. Well, the challenge with that is this is what I'm trying to work on. So I have to also educate, but I have to also try and capture these people who are working in a new industry, but they're not used to the personal development. They're not used to the educational side of everything. And so that's where I connected with you, Mike, to see if we can kind of fill in some of the blanks and move, kind of get, more touchdown across the goal line. I feel like I'm at the 92-yard line, basically.
No, you're just on game number 2. I mean, you're in a series. You just lost the first game. That's all. And it was a close game. But again, you can win the series.
Yep.
So what do you want to go over first? I said, well, we went your ad. That video was great. That is one of the best. I don't know who you did that yourself or how many friends that took to do that.
Good question. So give a little pro tip to everybody. I got the idea to make a more enticing ad from working through Billy Jean's School of Genius online training. You might be familiar with that. Your listeners might be familiar with that. But he basically said, go down to the local college, find somebody in film studies, hire them. I paid this guy over about 4 weeks, probably about $1,000.
Okay.
College student, he thought he was in heaven. I told him, here's what I'm trying to do. Here are the YouTube videos I'm trying to do. So we actually filmed some ancillary YouTube videos to fill in content, create content, more lead magnets. But I actually wrote out an ad with a shot list. And I said, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to repeat this in 10 different locations, chop it all up, make it look like a really catchy ad. And that was probably one of the best investments that I made.
Absolutely.
Up front. So I totally recommended go find a college kid who's hungry and got a camera, which they all do nowadays. And, ones that I told him how to edit, I said, do everything. He was fantastic. It was a great investment.
Yeah, you don't have the screenshots. So you can show everybody that right now, do you?
I do not. I have it.
Great if you had it on your phone.
No, I didn't have it right.
I'll try to link it somewhere else. It was actually a great video. So
thank you.
Flip one, you had the best video ever.
Thank you.
The ad was really clean. Now, to do an ad properly, you always need a call out.
Yes.
So you specifically called out attention pet business owners.
Correct.
Owners. You had what would the state of the problem.
Yep.
The solution. In fact, you stated where I'm going to train you. So this is a webinar, a little different than a normal ad because it's not a freebie giveaway. So you did everything that. Now, you said you had a lot of people to click through.
Yes.
Do you think you want to fix the ad first or the landing page needs help, definitely?
Yeah, so the roadblock that I think I ran into, and you pointed it out to me, was I was analyzing the numbers, like you said, the first game, go back and roll the tape, right? And the ad to the landing page had a 4% click-through rate from the Facebook ad to the landing page. As far as I've seen, people have said that's awesome. Some people said that's average. Some people said it's above average. No one has said that's terrible. So that number just was by itself. However, the numbers from my landing page views to the opt-in was a little bit less than 2%. So, I had it was like 850 views for 2 days.
Okay.
It was only about 12 opt-ins. So it ended up it was 12 opt-ins. So that was about 2%. And from what I talking with people, that number could be 10%, 20% if you nail it correctly. So that seemed to be the biggest roadblock. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we're going to work on, I guess, the first I saw, I'm going to actually pull it up in a moment.
Yep.
The only issue I actually saw was you had the same video twice and you didn't have a video explainer. And then you had a bunch of statements versus questions.
Correct.
I'm actually going to pull up what we had.
And I have that language if you want to as well, because I know I just retyped in the same domain, or I added it to the same domain, so it will be updated. But all I did on the new one was add the questions. So if you take those into statements, that was my original one.
All right, so I have it on up here, so let's analyze this for a moment. All right, do you see your
Yes, I can see that.
Excuse me. All right, so obviously you have your business name up here. That's fine. We reach why I'm here. Now, in the ad, did you offer specifically a free training, the essential 6 pillars of the successful pet business?
Yes. So let me tell you my objective with all of this, and you can tell me if I'm hitting the right spots along the way. My objective was to get these individuals on a live webinar, give them enough information that they could see some value, and then, for those that wanted to leave, that's fine. But for those individuals, and this is where my positioning and my pitch was trying to get, I was struggling with, was to get them to say, you know what, this makes a lot of sense, but man, I can't do all of this by myself. I'd like to work with you, join you in an online webinar, live classroom type of setting. And so that was my objective, was to then offer a classroom setting for people to go deeper on these pillars, because they could, as we know with the internet, getting the information is one thing, but then moving, actually executing it over a shortened period of time, I think, is the biggest challenge that people have now.
Well, sometimes the point of a webinar is to break down a belief system and then say, my hero is the only option to get you out of this pain. You actually, what you can do is, when you did the right way, you're showing value. So you got people on there, but there's another style where it's overwhelmed. So you actually should have went full deep into things like, wow, I can't do that. I did watch the webinar.
Yes.
I'll say on Google review. I'm trying to think of a good piece that requires overwhelm. Typically, it's, hi, this is how you get reviews. You need to make a landing page, have 3 links that go exactly to your Google, and email every day and text message, remind them with voice drop, or I can do it for you for $25.
Yep.
So it's almost that you need the overwhelm step so they can jump to the other side and say, you know what, you just do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because you actually almost cured the problem of, okay, I know how to do all this.
Yeah.
So I didn't really need you because I have the problem. You've already solved it. I don't need to go further.
Got it.
So it's almost one of those, I don't need to upsell. It only really works in retail when you're doing like supplements, they always say. You
I
can
see.
do more of the same.
Yep.
But if you're just say in your world, if I need a pet leash and I got one and you offer me a second one in a different color, I can do that. But if I got a behavioral DVD and then you offer me a live 2-week class, like, no, I already took care of behavior. I got the DVD. I don't need any more. So it can't be, the next offer can't be the same thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Unless it's retail. Again, you can offer different colors, different sizes, but not in an information product world. You want to offer a complementary product where you can do a stack offer.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you just got a lot of information you need. If you'd like accountability, if you'd like the actual blueprint, if you'd like the software to make this run, or we make it less. I said it was a good way. I learned a lot, but it was that style that you did it in. It was like peak potential style where they make the audience, they have the blank, and it's where the people will perish. That's from where? The Bible, right? So write the Bible in there.
Got it.
And what's the biggest search engine in the world? Google. That's right. Write Google in the chat. Say Google out loud. I hear you at home. Google.
Got it.
It's a good style of teaching, but you didn't take advantage of it.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
You have to fill in the blank part, which is going to have total peak potentials, and that's how you learn.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want. Let's go on a landing page. Here.
It seemed to me, and the webinar was. I agree with everything you're saying there. The landing page was the roadblock that was initially.
I think maybe we'll go back here, as I know we were talking about for the past 7. Where you have the video, you don't have a video. So you want like even a 2-minute explainer of, hi, thanks for coming to this page. As a reminder, you're going to get the 6 modules. And if you stay till the end, I'm going to give you the Facebook ad that I use that helped me raise $10,000. Again, that's yours free. You just got to stay till the end.
So you're suggesting, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom there, Mike.
It's the same video though, isn't it?
Same video, yeah, which is fine. But you're saying
that doesn't need to be there even. You can be there as, hey, you actually would write, this is the ad you clicked on. They don't know why they're there, or they come back at a later time.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have to watch it twice. But for here, this needs that 2-minute explainer.
Got it.
I'm like, hey, welcome to the registration page. My name's Mike. You basically, who are you? What do you have? How do I get it? What happens if I don't get it? And call to action. So it's like, hey, my name's Mike. I have the 6-module training. It's absolutely free. It's a $97 class, but I want you to try me out so you can trust me later. Here's how you get it. Just fill out the form below and it's yours. And if you don't get on this ad, you're going to miss out on the free gift, which is that $10,000 ad I wrote. You're going to miss out on 6 modules. I'm going to give you the exact system that other businesses use. And in fact, I'm going to show you to get more Google reviews than anyone else. So make sure you're on there, because if you're not, you're going to be left out in 2019.
Yep.
Something along those lines. But you think it to your actual, your dots.
Now, can I ask you another question about the ad? Because you mentioned about my energy in the ad versus my energy on the webinar. You said it seemed to be.
That's a different guy. Completely different guy.
What was different? I mean, tell me. I think I know what you're going to say. But.
So actually, since I have the video here, we can watch the video. I'm not going to. I don't have the webinar, but I'll just let. I'll just run this for about 20 seconds. This guy's running around. Well, not in a good way, but.
Yeah, right. Fast. Scattered. You would probably say that this ad is more energetic than the webinar.
Absolutely. But maybe you do need to run around before you do your webinar. I used to tell people, listen to stand-up comedy right before your webinar.
Good point.
I thought that's why I'm kind of in a good mood. You're laughing, you'll get that joke in your head 10 minutes later.
That's right.
You're smiling. So maybe you do need to just run around.
That's fine.
An energy move. Maybe you want to get, I have a PC rack, so I can actually put the laptops on a rack and stand up and do webinars or do training sometimes. So standing up. But
I'll tell you the one thing.
The energetic guy.
I know what helped me.
More of a classroom guy.
Here's what I also have to work on too, Mike, and you can let me know what you think. The reason I was able to be more, I am very energetic because I know what I'm saying now. I know what I'm trying to analyze. In that ad, I wrote that ad out word for word. I knew what I was going to say.
Okay.
The webinar, at that moment, I did not write it out. So I think that is something that I should work on. Would you agree with that? Like, I need to nail would you agree that I need to nail the whole webinar before I restart the whole thing?
No, because you just got to take some imperfect action. I'll give you an example. I made a crappy video, did a quick live. It's horrible lighting. The room looked purple. I didn't shave. I'm like, I'll throw it up there. It got traction in less than 24 hours. I got an invite to do an interview on a radio show, invite to a podcast, and another internet marketer invited me to have a conversation.
Sure.
Just in one day from the crappy video that I could have edited better and did again. So I redid it again today just so it's nicer.
Yeah.
Maybe an old speaking trick where if you have, just say the prop. So I have here the 6 pillars. Now on the back, you just write out what it is. So people just see the prop. And I said, and this is the number 1 dog thing right here. And this is what you need to do next. And then you just put it down. And then you can go to the next pillar if you have some prop to it.
I see.
But here's what I have. Now, pillar number 2 is really about raisins because I have Sunmade. They're from California. And you can't read what I'm reading, but you have the prop,
right?
And you have the notes. If you want to go high-tech style, just throw another monitor on there and you do like the PowerPoint, where you can just read off the PowerPoint. So you can even do a split screen where maybe you have a monitor or another laptop or a tablet that you're personally flicking through that nobody sees offline.
Yep.
And you have the screen share with the big, big presentation.
I have that right here in front of me.
Yeah. The notes. So the presentation needs to be the notes. If you're going to do the fill in the blank stuff, then there's no reason for you to not know what you're talking about. So if you have your speaker's notes on the top, so okay, here's just the outline, and then you go through your questions. But you can do a completely interactive style of saying, can you give me an example? I can't remember a couple of the questions you had on your webinar when you're going through the...
Yeah, I was just using some heat checks. I actually have it written here, but they were just kind of standard, webinar, Billie Jean is marketing heat checks. And they were just like, what brought you here today? Where are you from? How long have you been in the industry? What type of work are you doing? What are you most excited about getting about tonight? I mean, basically, I have about 50 written out here, and I was using them scattered throughout. And I found, so 2 things that I'm thinking about. People were very interactive, which is great. I started that and set that tone from the beginning, which was great. I did notice when I had blank spaces on the presentation, people were writing that in. They weren't typing. So I was getting a couple blank spots there, just in terms of...
We can go like that. Did you had a handout before the webinar, so they had to write that in themselves?
I didn't, but I could totally... send that to them in the pre-webinar emails and say, here are the handouts, right?
Yeah, right. I would do it right the 15 minutes before. Go, hey, by the way, maybe not, because you got to give time to print people to print stuff out.
Maybe the morning of, maybe the 5-hour, the 4-hour reminder email. It's easy to just drop in there, the autoresponder email.
But either way, give at least somebody 1 day notice to print it out.
Yep.
We have the opportunity. And then you can say, hey, type in the chat what that word is, or we're going to mute everybody. Now, maybe you go better since you only had 10 people. So, hey, look, this is only 10. To make this class exactly like my 6-week class is going to be, I can only take 10 spots so we can have interaction. Now it gives a little more priority of, wow, there's a sense of urgency. There's only 10 spots. There's 50 spots left.
Yeah, right.
I'm keeping this small. It's 10, and I want to make sure it's 10 so you can ask your questions.
Yes.
And it doesn't hurt as much when only 9 or 10 people show up when you're expecting 100.
Of course.
There's only 9 other people in here. Well, yeah, that's what I said. We kept it small. We actually had to make people not come.
Yeah, right. We capped it.
You can have 20, but if you get 20, 10 are going to show up maybe. Even when you do live events, if you do like a networking lunch, if 20 people RSVP, I'll take away 14 chairs.
Interesting.
Because as people come in, whoa, yeah, let me get another chair for you. Let me find your chair. I don't know if there's space. Let me get another table. And it's more exciting. Like, oh my God, there's no room for this. Versus you ever go to like a hotel meeting for like weight loss or something, and there's 50 chairs and like 7 people show up and everybody sits in the back. And as a speaker, that hurts. So you're better off just setting 1 row up of 6 chairs to begin with.
Interesting.
And just add.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good position because I do say somewhere that there's 100 seats or something, which is a humongous number to have live, which would be awesome goal, But
and it can't be interactive. That's the catch. If it's 100, there's no interaction.
Oh, if it's 100 people, I almost have to just talk the whole time.
Yeah, it's got to be a talking head video.
And talk questions, and ask questions, or tell, like you were saying, tell the third party stories. Hey, a friend of mine said that this is way better than college because he spent X, right? We were talking about that. Right. It's kind of the close piece. So you're saying back on the landing page, sorry to jump back. I think just want to stay with that just because of, focus on the first roadblock, I guess. You're saying do a small explainer video, and I can take out that bottom video since they already saw the ad.
You can leave it there because it doesn't hurt, but I would throw a couple of testimonials if you have them there.
Yep.
Or
below, I could put those below the video. I have testimonials to use.
Well, you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So where I would recommend you, basically this would be the explainer video.
Yep.
And then once you're about here, this is the line. You put another element, and then you'll have that 3 to 6 box of testimonials.
Yep.
And then this on the bottom. So hey, in case you forgot why you're here, this is the original ad. Because a lot of people do that. They'll have the ad video, and then they'll put the same ad video back on the landing page. Which, as a user with no attention span, like I just watched that. Yep. It's like, why are you doing that to me?
Fair enough. Yep.
Now this one's cool. So I know you hit the refresh a couple of times, and you show up. There we go.
Yeah,
at least it's more you.
Yep.
But if you have any classroom shots of you actually training other people, that might be an effective shot as well. If you just look like a normal dog walker, that's going to tell me how to walk dogs better.
Hey, Mike, can I put you on hold for 1 second? I have something to drop a dog, and my dogs are going to get all excited here.
No problem.
Yeah, can I put you on mute, and I'll be back in about 2 minutes? Just hang on. Thanks.
You see recording on your end?
Yep.
All right, and we're back. We took a couple-minute dog pause. Pretty appropriate. We have a pet owner, a pet business.
Life of having dogs in your house. They don't like to sit still when webinars and trainings are happening.
You're probably the only one that gets away with that because people, oh, he has a dog. I can hear what kind of dog that is. Is that a German Shepherd? Somebody will actually do that for you. So you're actually okay with having dogs and animals in the background because of the business.
It adds a nice touch. Like I said in the webinar, this is exceptionally live. Dogs everywhere. Who knows if my wife's going to come home, and I've got some very, very alert dogs as well. So the type of dogs that, somebody comes to the door and they're like, oh, we got to let everybody know that someone's here. So we're back. Thanks for.
I'm going to go back. So obviously we need a little 2-minute explainer here. But the first thing I'm seeing is, okay, reserve my seat. That's fine. Like you talked about it in the ad, but I don't recall hearing this in your ad for the past 7 years.
No, I adjusted that because what I was saying in there, I had just some BS, like join me on a thing where I'm going to tell you the steps of highly profitable businesses. And I wanted to add something that seemed to add some more credibility. I want to get your thoughts. What is your initial reaction to that?
You have to go backwards because I have the video. I'm going to start from just a couple of seconds before this. So here's your first promise. So
I know exactly what I'm saying right there.
Okay, I have a 20% chance of success, but I don't see that here as one of my big points.
Okay, good point.
Because you told me about it, but you didn't mention it.
Yep.
So you want to just go through, maybe if you have the video in front of you, maybe we can go through that video and then every time you make a point.
I know exactly what that talking point is. Basically, what I was saying was, I was taking general statistics, that if you don't follow a process in your business, your chances of staying around long term is only 20%. However, if you do follow a process and processes of, for example, like a franchise type of model, you raise your chances of staying in business long term to be upwards of 90%. Okay. And so the idea is 20% chance of success if I don't have a process, I'm just winging it, versus higher percentage if I do follow a process.
Right. So you could actually put here, maybe the first thing I see is, welcome to your 80%. Welcome to the 80%. Something that shows the positive side of coming here. Thanks for taking the first step to being one of the 80% that make it, or one of the 90% that make it.
Nice. Thanks for taking the first step in being among the people who are successful. I know.
Now you have to use the same, what you promised me in the ad needs to be addressed in this landing page. You can't use different verbiage. You promised me one thing. I want to see it as a quick reminder. I want to see that 4.5 minute video.
Yep.
You're going to remind me of what we talked about. And then as you scroll down, this is maybe where you say, and by the way, when you come here, I'm going to give you the exact $10,000 ad that I gave you just for getting on the webinar. I'm also going to give you X bonus. And again, this is all free. This is a class I typically run for $97. But again, today it's yours for free.
Got it. And when you say class, does that mean I'm just a live webinar basically, right? I mean,
I saw that you sell a couple of other classes. So I don't see how this would be different. This is almost like a live training. You don't have to make it a webinar. That's everyone's doing that now, and that word gets a little skewed with people. And it almost sounds like, oh, you can sell me something versus, hey, this is the online class. But actually, you can maybe do this and say, I have a 6-week class. I'm going to give you one class absolutely free. Maybe you split test that as, this is a free class. This is what I usually charge hundreds of dollars for. And if you like it, then you'll have an opportunity to pay more. I would, because you're already teaching it and you're going into a 6-week class. So maybe this is your test class or your demo class or your free one.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Is it better to, and my brain's just smoking here a little bit here.
It just matches the offer.
Yeah, I agree with you. Is it, so are you suggesting that I write, I have 2 questions. First question, just going back what you said about a minute ago. Should I put less writing on this page and maybe add it more into the video?
If you're doing this, you get an explainer video, but you got to have the big bullet points that you talked about in the ad. Do you have the words of the ad?
I do. Yep, I have that.
So maybe they don't have to watch this whole video.
Yep.
I'm at about 1:40.
Yep, that's fine. No, I have the whole script written out, so that's just an easy copy and paste. And
yeah, so just keep the points and then flip it to the positive point. We did hey, you're going to be one of the 90% that make it at the end of this class. You're going to see
what you're saying.
This at the end of this webinar.
I like that. Oh, that's a great idea. Taking this class will put you in, increase your chances of success, put you in the 90%, or put you in the bucket of 90% chance of success instead of only 20%.
Right.
That's a great one. I like that.
That's a huge bullet point.
That is. Because they want the chance of, they want, anybody with a, logically somebody saying, yes, of course I want to raise my chances of success, right? I mean, who wouldn't by just following a process? 90%. That's great. I have that. That's a good one.
Okay, and what else did you promise in your ad?
Yeah. So the other things that I was talking about was the referral language, simple referral language that raises your referability, as well as increases your chance, increases your ability to add more value and charge more for your clients. And
okay, so we go step 2. You're also going to learn in about 20 minutes, whatever. In module 3, you're going to learn the exact language to use that gets me this many referrals per year, per month.
Yep.
Per day.
Yep.
So I would just literally go take your ad and then just take your bullet points of what you promised them. And the bonus you're doing it right now is that, I mean, if you give me the Facebook ad that actually produced that much money from you, and then it was only that flyer with just I can't even make that much money off that ad.
Well, the way that it works, and I should have spent, might have been able to spend more time on that. But here's the deal. One person signs up with me, the way that I position everything, and if it's a daily dog walk, somebody could spend $400 a month. Well, people stay with me an average of a year to almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
So they're going to spend over a year. An average client spends with us about $4,500 a year.
That's one person.
That's one person. So I got 2 people because it's just somebody says, oh my gosh, I need my dog walked. Boom. I signed them up. So
is that for the ad or is that from the referral system?
That was from just my ad because I only spent couple bucks on.
I would do that. Wait till the end on that one. Put that in the end of your webinar. Go through the 6 modules and say, okay, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. By show of hands, hit the raise hand button on the webinar button. And who wants to see the exact ad that got me $10,000 in business? At this point, it's over. You're welcome to get off. If you want to stay for that, do I have permission to show you the ad?
Yep.
But before I do that, and sometimes the questions make people stick around for the next chapter also.
Yes.
They say, hey, right now we're going to talk about referrals, and then the next chapter, I'm going to show you the exact way to do X, Y, Z. Now I got to stay.
Yep.
So yeah, you're burning that.
So, question on positioning for the webinar again. Is it better to overwhelm them, underwhelm them? Because what I was doing was saying, here are the 6 pillars, you can go, which anybody could take them and do them on their own. However, most of the people there have no idea. Meanwhile, I have a system that says, here's the copy and paste, the language, the scripts that I can use. You can just copy and paste it and start sending it to your email list tomorrow. Okay,
well, yeah, hang on to that as your ammunition. So even when you're done, say, hey, look, this is at the end of the pillar 6.
Yep.
Like, hey, before I get into the ad, I want to ask you one question. I know most of you can do this on your own, but by show of hands, hit the button. How many people have a lot of extra time in their hands to run their business and run their finances and do marketing at the same time?
You're right.
Oh, nobody? Well, I have an option for you. If you want to stay around, I'll show you what that option is, because I actually have copy-paste email scripts. I have ads. I have X, Y, Z. And if you don't have time, you want to learn this, you want to see the ad I gave you, just stick around. I'll show you the ad, and you get that just for staying at the end. And I'm going to make you one offer. Do I have permission to make you one offer to make your life easier? Would that be okay? By show of hands? Without you asking for permission, you're making their life easier, and it's not a sell.
Yep.
Because how much do you make it in a typical hour in your industry?
If somebody's good, I mean, for me, for my team, we're at probably 50 or 60 an hour, because we have the techniques to put a couple dogs together. On average, it's probably $15 to $20 an hour, $20 an hour on average.
I'll go 30. So just say, now you're showing a system where you can duplicate your efforts by scaling and hiring people.
Correct.
So you can say, hey, by show of hands, how many dogs can you walk at the same time? 1, 2. So what do you get, $60 an hour? If I can show you a way where you can scale your business, have employees, and have 5 people just like you making $60 an hour while you're only paying out 10 to 15 an hour, is that something you'd like to see? Would you at least want to know how?
Yep. Got it. Now, is that appropriate? Because I felt like, yeah, no, that's a good question. I'm just thinking about the.
You're always asking permission, and you're already doing it because you scaled. So I said, hey, well, I used to be. You might be a girl working at your house right now, and you're just walking dogs, and you're finding stuff on Craigslist and Alignable, and all the local sites. But with my system, I want to use the same system that I use, that other people use to scale their business, to be able to hire people, to be able to open stores,
yes,
and have an actual business, and not be the part-time dog walker in the neighborhood.
Yep.
You can have the respect of being an actual lady boss entrepreneur instead of that girl just doing part-time gigs to survive. This is really the difference between surviving and thriving as a business owner for your local community. We can shop small, think, dream big, start that Main Street revolution.
Yep. I like that. I'm gonna have to. I paraphrased all that down. I'm gonna have to listen.
Well, you can have recording. That's why we record everything. So you can, a lot of stuff comes out of my head once. So I like, if you keep asking for permission and you make all you're doing is making offers. One of the best things I've learned that if you're doing something to someone and it doesn't feel right, that's selling.
Yes.
But if you're offering people help, doing something for someone, that's a completely different mindset, a completely different feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So really being a consultant, all you're doing is, hey, I'm giving you all this stuff to help your business. I'm giving you opportunities to do it faster, better, quicker, easier. And if you'd like to take me up on that offer, we'd love to have you. If not, hey, I appreciate it. What I would like you to do, though, is find another business owner that you know locally that needs this and we'll give them the same opportunity we gave you.
Yep. Got it. Now, one thing that happened on the webinar, and I mentioned it in my notes to you, my pre-call notes to you, was that right as the GoToWebinar crashed for about 10 seconds, I got back on right as I was saying, okay, I'm going to transition a little bit here. But so that was a little bit of a challenge. But I had four people on. They were talking to me. So the numbers were really low. That crashed for a second. One person fell off. Then there were 3 people left. And then one guy went away as I said, hey, you got everything. If you don't want to go, I forget how I positioned it. It was again, just an amateur start to that transition. And then, so I had 2 people left. And then one woman says, hey, I really want to do this, but I don't have any money right now. My dog's sick, blah, blah, blah. She's just giving excuses. I didn't even say anything about anything. She's typing this in and I just ignored it. And then she went away. So it was only one girl that stayed till the end. So it was a total, I was laughing because then she stayed to the end. I bumbled through the last part and she's like, this is really good. Can I do this? When are you going to do this again? I can't do it now because I'm finishing up some other classes. I was like, no way. She actually.
That's all you needed one. You only need one.
Exactly. So I think the other thing that I'm trying to think about as well from a confidence, because as I was watching those numbers fall away, again, 4 people down to
you can't do it. You got to just.
I know, because I totally was beating myself up. I was just like, oh, Kevin, you're the worst person ever. I can't believe why, all those inner thoughts, right? Why are you doing webinars? You're stupid. You're never going to do
just do them. Remember, you're just making a video for your own personal ha-has and to use it later. Because even if you did that, everybody jumped off, in the 5 minutes, but you did that 90-minute webinar perfect, you have it for later. And then we do this again. Would you like to watch last week's webinar now or wait till Thursday?
Yep.
You'll probably sell more because they can do it on their own time.
Yes. And that is the potential future of me improving this live webinar process, is I can find the best recording and then start offering it as more of an evergreen webinar. Would you agree that that's the higher level of this?
Yeah, you could also cut it up. And again, you have to go back to just the normal sales tricks of asking people positive questions or in the yes state right before you make your offer.
Correct.
Is this great information? Yes. You love your dogs? Yes. Do you want to help the community make money and keep the money local? Yes. What I'm about to do is, but if you get them to say yes a couple of times, it really helps.
Yeah, I agree.
When you know that, you'll see it.
Yeah, no, I agree as well. That's
and you got to put them back in the mood.
Yeah.
But you already know what. I don't know if you're getting specific, like working out of my house dog walkers, or if you're actually getting pet, shampoo groomers.
I'm getting both, and that's something I was thinking about with the targeting in regards to, should I break up my ad set, going back to the ad level to all of this? Should I go back to the ad set level and start breaking up job titles and interests to match like dog groomers, dog trainers, dog walkers, pet sitters?
You can do that in your call out. So I don't know if you can pull that off in the targeting or not, but this might be a good, if you're in one of those niche groups on Facebook, and just say, hey, by the way, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
When you're in the local business groups too, ask for the referrals.
Yeah, no. And the other, and that's my other, my next step on my action item list. I'm looking at it over here. Again, I want to nail this ad with the webinar process, because then I have a whole list of potential promotional partners that I'm going to reach out to that have other email lists of other dog pet people. And there are, as you know, there are a million ways to set up relationships with people, whether they want money or don't want money or just want to help their people. And I want to make sure that that's I want to make sure I'm doing right by those introductions. That's going to happen once I nail.
Right. And you don't have to necessarily always use Facebook. You can use somebody else's list.
Yes.
And say, hey, this guy, usually he has a $100 online class. It's actually free to my subscribers. And that's it. So you actually put, hey, free for, PetSmart employee, whatever. Half those people have a part-time job on their own.
Correct. All the vet tech students, vet tech schools, you're exactly right. Yep.
So you can do that. So this is normally $100. I say if you want to do webinar, you can do that. But I always want to position it for you personally as an actual class.
Yes.
And hey, if you like this, guess what I gave you for free? Guess what you get when you pay me?
Wow. Yep.
So this is the free. This is the best of my best. I want to make sure you learn, and I want to offer you the next level up.
Yep.
That's the real estate hotel room meeting style. Like, here's the best. You can do wholesale deals tonight when you leave, and if you want help doing that, take the advanced class.
Yep. Can you extrapolate a little bit, Mike, on you were discussing on the pitch, you were talking about that question that you learned from the gentleman who was
okay. Yeah. So
that a little bit, please.
Yeah, the king of all media is Bob Costa. He's the billion-dollar man. This is the gentleman that started Home Shopping Network and that whole home shopping network industry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically, you'll hear this also, that when you get a product, so what I have here is a Phoenix journal. It's not a planner, it's actually a journal, so you can actually write down your thoughts and your afterthoughts for the week. It's hardcover, so it means it's not going to bend. Because it's not going to bend, it'll last a long time. When it lasts a long time, you save money because you don't have to buy it as much. You should buy this right now. Quickly and easily order it, and it's only $5. But you'll see, just keep answering the question. You can take any product or service.
I see.
Right into and asking, well, what's great about that particular fact?
What's good about that? Yeah. What's good about that is this. What's good about that is this.
I have the big yellow cup. And in fact, the big yellow cup, it's 32 ounces, which means you can have 3 servings of water and you never have to count again. It's better for the environment because, it's not disposable. Because you can reuse it, you can keep this for years to come. When you keep things for years to come, you don't have to buy things. You save money, you save the environment. We have 200 units left. Get those phones ready.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I like it. I definitely missed that. But that's an easy phrase. That's a great phrase to use, to have sitting next to me, that even if as you were just saying, like, hey, take imperfect action, just do this again. That is the base phrase that pulls it all together to say, hey, I'm teaching 6 different modules over 6 different weeks. What's good about that is this. What's good about this is this, so everything, all that stuff.
If you just say, hey, what's so great about that is, even if you want to actually use that actual word, this is a 6-week class. What's great about that is every week you have a win, which gets you motivated for the next week to do this.
Yep. I like it. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to work on here. What is there anything else? Because I know there were, from when we first connected, Mike, till now.
I'm actually reading the pages now.
Yeah, I've got a lot of things to work on, but definitely.
You got further than, like I said, a lot of people didn't even. I'm going to do a webinar one day, and they never do.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Yeah, you actually talked about planting seeds in the webinar, but you didn't do that, planting seeds on a landing page.
I did not put that phrase on the landing page.
So you don't have to put the phrase on it, but you weren't planting any of your own seeds.
Yep.
So I was saying that when you talked about getting I think your huge bonus is going to be that Facebook ad that made you over $10,000. And you said, I sell ads like this to other businesses for over $1,000.
So yeah, that is great. And here's another thought process on that. I get more traction. I got more people that say I wanted to see that ad. And I think this is just a function of probably every entrepreneur, that ad, if I run a whole course on just running Facebook ads, I might get more people who want to know the tactics to use as opposed to the overall strategies that, keep a business long term. I was thinking of doing something, and I know I'm going off a little bit of a tangent here, but
no, that's why we're here. This is exactly.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe having a webinar series or a training series. I could do a 1-hour training just on that Facebook ad alone for pet business owners, giving them the exact thing, and I could charge people $25, $50 a seat for that, and that might not actually be a bad thing. More people would pay for that because they think, oh, I want to get this Facebook ad. However, more people, the upsell is, hey, you've got more problems than just running a Facebook ad. You don't know about goal setting because you know this, just doing a tactic.
That's why I said that. That's why I stopped taking people unless they're going through this journal.
I said,
if you don't work with me, it's a specific 12-week process. You cannot deviate until week 6. Week 6 through 12, we figure out what tools you have, where you are in your business, what skills you have, and then we go from there. Because you have to go through exactly week 1 through 6 to be sequenced properly. You can't do things out of sequence.
Is that inappropriate to tell people that, like, I won't teach you more until we do 1 through 5? I won't teach you, is that?
Well, you can make your own. This is me personally, because as I used to coach people, and then I used to get, you suck, you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, I made you skip the line as a favor to the referral. I stopped doing that. I said, no one skips the line. You go through my 6-week process, or it doesn't have to be weeks. It's a 6-step process. If you don't have steps 1 through 6 done, I refuse to run any ad.
I get it.
Because a lot of these, the one guy loves me, like my gym guy. He's like, no, I got a Facebook guy. And it's like, all right. And he's like, he ran ads and it's okay. I'm like, well, he's running ads. Where are they going? Well, I don't know. Well, what's your offer? How are they getting it? What are you doing? What do the salespeople know?
Correct.
How are you following up? What's your back end offer? What's your offer? He's like, he didn't ask me any of that stuff. He just put an ad up. I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm more slow and low in marathon versus, fast and furious. Okay, well, correct. You got 14 people that did anything, but you didn't call them up. They have nothing to print out. They don't have anything to show on the phone.
You don't have a sales process. You don't have any way to.
This is why I have the problem with a lot of these guys. I have to set them up the right way. So part of my thing is, you work with me for the 12 weeks. You have to do the first 6 steps in order. And again, that's like you. You have your specific 6 modules. It's kind of similar. But 1, I have to see where you are. 2, we do the vision, purpose, vision, and goals. And then 3, we take the specific action steps on writing out this planner on what are we going to do next. Because some people go, well, I want a funnel. I'm like, well, okay, how many products do you have? Well, none. Well, then you don't need a funnel.
Correct.
Products. So here's weeks 3, 4, and 5. Make products. Well, how do I make products? Well, you need a video camera. Go buy a video camera.
I see.
So I say, if you don't have, people want to get these, ClickFunnels, like, and Builder, all those, they kill people. Like, you need a funnel. You can't live without it. Well, no, you need products. If you don't have products to sell, you're wasting your time. Now, webinar funnel is different. That's a specific opt-in to take a seat versus buy this product,
right?
Buy more of this. So same thing. What we did with the planner, we went from buy this planner to would you like a subscription forever for a half price?
Yep.
That wasn't an option. And then there's would you like the DVD director's cut where I walk through week, page by page as your best friend in your daily journey so you can get to your goal.
Yeah.
Hey, click here for $5. That's all video series.
I get it.
So we basically had to put some stuff in for an upsell. So I would actually, if you can, take a day or two, make the quote unquote the Facebook ad class.
Yep.
Make your take your ad and dissect how it worked well, and then make a second class of how to do it, and then say you only get this if or as a bonus. Again, this is a $500 class, and I'm gonna give this to you absolutely free. Mm-hmm. It's worth to me $10,000. I can sell this I can go on any internet marketing group right now. Somebody will give me $500 for this, $1,000 for this, or they'll pay for a seat to watch me teach them. But I want you to have it as a bonus.
Yep. I'm
also going to give you the online pet class. It's a $300 class. You're going to be up and running tonight if you watch that. That's another $500. So I'm going to give you a $500 Facebook class. I'm giving you the $500 $1,000 Facebook ad. That's $1,500. I'm also going to give you the $500 this. That's $500, $1,000. That's $2,000. Mm-hmm. Now, if I gave you this ad and it only got you one client at $4,000 a year, would it be worth it? Of course it would be. But I'm not going to charge you that. In fact, you get all this plus my 6-week class, and I'm only going to charge you $1,000.
Yep.
The first 10 people only. Now, I know you're a serious business owner. I know sometimes that's out of your reach right now. So I have a second option. If you'd like to get in, we can do it for $500, but you don't get any bonuses. You don't get me live, but you will get the replay. And if you want to put down a $100 deposit today, we'll get you that in 6 weeks. Mm. And then you can kind of upsell them later. But $1,000 sounds great. Even if it sucks you like at $500, I just doubled your income.
Yep.
Just by how I worded it.
That positioning, you most definitely did. I like that.
It's really the snack. It's like even if you have like knives, and so it's like, so here's a box of raisins. Here's a second box of raisins. Here's a box to put the box of raisins in. That's 500, 1,500. So that's 1,000. That's 1,000 plus 1,500. You get 1,500 worth of stuff, but that's not all. You get this. That's the stack.
I like that.
I've done so many as seen on TV demos. I've noticed when I skip the stack, it made a huge difference. Even if I only had one machine to sell,
yep,
and I gave a stack of things I didn't even have, I love Blendtec. I'm a huge Blendtec guy. I used to go on the road for Blendtec, and I would say, hey, this Blendtec, it's a $500 blender. I said, if you wanted an ice cream machine, that's $100. If you wanted to get the instant ice, I forget, it was like one you put out frozen vegetables in it and made ice pops. I don't know what that machine was called. It's that. If you wanted a professional mixer, that's $200. That's $200, $300, $400 worth of appliances you're going to replace. Now, I have to make sure I got to 1,000. So when I said 500, I just saved you $500 worth of appliances you don't need now.
Yes.
But I always had it in my head where it's going to replace your ice cream machine. It's going to replace your mixer. It's going to replace your dry mill. It's going to replace your blender. It's going to replace your baby food maker. It's going to replace this. That's over $2,000 worth of appliances just for this one, and it's only $500. Mm-hmm. If you got the cheapy blender with a 2-year warranty, you're buying that twice in your lifetime. You're going to buy this once. We guarantee it for 8 full years, 8 years. So that's less than, I do the math, so that's less than $40 a year to own this machine.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's powerful.
And when you don't do a stack, as I said, it's in Expert Secrets. They tell you how to do a stack, but it's similar, but I like the as seen on TV style better, okay, where you continually have to repeat what you just said, every item.
Yep. Yeah, Russell talks about that.
For $10.
Yeah, in a stack.
10 for $10. That's 10, 20. That's $20 worth of pens. You're going to get the pen. That's $80. So now you have 10, 20, 80. That's $100 worth of free pads. Then you're going to you just keep reading what you have. That's where you need the actual file.
Yes.
Next, and next, and next.
The other thing I'm going to work on too, after hearing you speak and watching you on the little screen here, is.
I'm sorry. Am I on share screen still?
No. I'm saying I'm watching you. I'm seeing the screen share.
I know we're on the big screen. I'm sorry.
There you go. I like that.
Oh, no, I missed that. So I'm
going to go. That's okay. No, it was fine. I'm going to go make copies of, for example, here is the syllabus for the first one. Here's the second one. Like I can make a printed copy of the syllabus plus the notes plus the referral script. Right. Plus the little gadget you're going to get. I'm just pulling stuff off my desk right now, right? You say, look at that. You get all this. You like filled up your screen by grabbing all that stuff, and it was hilarious. It literally like on the TV.
So how's it 12? Is it 12? How many things do you have? So you get the 1,000. I'm just trying to do math. So do you have 6 weeks?
Yep. I could do every week. I could pull out a packet. Yeah. Right.
So if you can just say, look, you're going to get all this stuff. This is 10 things. It's only $100 a thing.
Yep.
Now, for $100, how much did you spend on your last dog cage?
Yeah.
How much did it cost you to board your animal for one full day?
Yep.
If you never had to board your animal again because you had enough to take him with you on vacation, would that be worth it? So you got to got to stay in their world.
Yep.
If you never had to shove your animal into your little car again because you had the ability to rent a big motorhome or a van every time you travel, would that be worth it to your pet kid? Or even if people don't like animals, if they're doing it for a business.
Yep. This is good. A lot of info here. I have one last question.
Yeah.
Going back to the landing page as it relates to testing pieces, should I split test things or not? And if so, because I can, you can split test 500 different items, which is too sloppy as opposed to what I did, which just changed the picture. Well, would you suggest split testing, and if so, what would be the thing to test?
If you're going to test, go still photo versus video explainer. Go the question style of pain and relief versus the actual modules.
Sure.
Because right now you got to get rid of that. For the past 7 years of study, that doesn't mean anything because you didn't promise me that.
Fair enough. Yep. Done.
but I said, hey, welcome to the page. I'm glad that you're going to be one of the 90% that make it after this webinar.
Yep. Now, would you suggest, and I don't know if ClickFunnels can do this, could I do 4 different variations?
Yeah, what you do is, specifically in ClickFunnels, open it up and go to the page that says copy funnel, or I'm sorry, clone funnel.
Yep.
Clone funnel, rename, clone funnel. We do it like 6 times. And then you just play with that particular funnel, and you go clone, it'd be clone of with video, clone of with audio, clone of with questions, clone with that. So at least you have the clone version.
Got it.
But it's super easy. It takes you like 2 minutes to clone.
Because the split test option only allows for one variation.
Correct.
On one domain. So I'll figure that out. That's fine.
But it's really going to be a video. If you're using the templates for ClickFunnels, don't deviate from them. Stay exactly out. They're written. The colors are the same. The fonts are the same.
Yes.
It works. You'll see them all over the place, but they don't change them because they know they work. Yeah. But it's really, I'm glad you actually changed it to questions. Like I said, you can see how much more powerful that is. Where
yes,
do you have a clear roadmap that specifically leads you and your clients and your team toward a predetermined goal? If not, you need to stay around for module 2. So I would actually, instead of answering it negatively, like you're saying, or are you doing this? Don't worry about if they're floating random. It's like,
so say, if not, join me on the webinar. Change that.
Yeah, it's like, if not, you need to pay attention to module 3.
Got it. Ooh, that's even more enticing.
And you need module 3. If not, if not, then you need. If not, then. If not, then.
Yep, that's awesome.
As a result of this, you're going to be here. Hey, as a result of watching me train through the entire thing, my gift to you is going to be the free $10,000 Facebook thing.
Yeah.
Now, you may be able to only give that away. I would take that out of your normal presentation and give that as a huge bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to give people yes or no. So you gave them a yes or no. It's like, hi, here's my thing. You doing it or not?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing the big, fast action bonus taker where you get the $20,000 worth of stuff right now? Or you want to save a little bit of budget, you can get you on the $700 plan. It doesn't include all that. Or you want to do 2 payments of $300 each.
Mm-hmm.
$100 down, $300 each. Or you can actually do it where it's pay halfway.
Yeah, I was either going to, I was attempting this to potentially have in a follow-up email, or as we're closer to the class start date, I might say, hey, would you like to do a 2-pay option? See if anybody's on the, somebody that hasn't.
Well, I think you need to again, you have to do options, not offers.
Interesting. Okay.
So it is like if you give me one option, one offer, it's like, here's my class, who's in? Well, I don't have that opportunity. So you say that's why I said all the bonuses, fast acting people only. Mm-hmm. Second one's for everyone else without all this stuff. Third one is the people that want to be serious, but you can't reward them.
I see.
So I said, hey, I know that you're just getting started out. Some people, you only make $500 a week and you need that for everything. If you want to commit to $100 down right now, you can get in, and then we'll just charge you $300 over the course of the 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So 3, 6, 9, and you're done.
Done. Easy enough. That makes sense. Jeez. Okay. This is powerful here.
You say that too, isn't it? If you want to be really authentic, it's like, look, I am serious about you doing this. I want you in. I get it. I've been there. I have no money. I'm broke. I have a negative bank account. Yeah. You need this. If you have no money, you need this, and I need you to get this. So I have for you for $7. I have a couple of videos and show you how to expedite the training we just did. You can have that for $7. And when you make your 1,000, come back and see this. Yep. Maybe you have something that's like $7, $10. Yep. Like that could be a later email later. Yep. But it's at least I would go big bonus, no bonuses, payment plan. Got it. Now, is it inappropriate? Here's my last question. I had written down here. I've written down talking about 1 through 5, for example, and then saying before I get into the super awesome module 6 about Facebook ads and the powerful Facebook ad that helped me generate this, and this, I'd like to talk to you. Like a word, like
Can I talk about the offer before we get into 6, or does it have to be afterwards, or is it a teaser in between that?
You can do it. I would do a teaser, because then you can make your big offer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you like what you see now here, you can go through the problem. Look, most people, we give this ad to them, they have no idea what you're doing. So here's your warning. It's like, warning. We take no responsibility for your financial loss. Most people get this ad, they have no clue how to run Facebook. So I'm taking no responsibility for your actual loss. But I'll show you the ad that we have and how we ran it.
Yep.
Take no financial responsibility. Here's your disclaimer. You're on your own.
Yep.
For those of you that want to watch this through, pay attention, get the recording, we can do that for you. And if you need help, I have an opportunity for you to get some personal help with this particular Facebook ad as well.
Got it.
I have a class that we charge for, and you can have that for free. I'll show you how to get that later. But right now, let's get to the module. So it's in their head, like, okay, let me pay attention.
Got it. Yep, that's awesome. That answers my question. Yeah, this is great. Anything else I should be thinking about? I've got a lot of stuff to work on here. Anything else that you think?
No, you did a lot of action yesterday. You have the format down. You just have to clean up. Yeah. Most people don't even have that. So that video is freaking awesome. That is what works. We have to do your here's what I think too. I like to call it the Godfather offer, where I do a trade show. So however much my trade show costs me for the week, to say it's a $2,000 show, so I have to have an offer that's going to make me break even.
Mm-hmm, of course.
So you're already $1,000 in, $500 an ad. So you need a $1,500 profit. You need a $1,500 profit offer. So you want to make something that is, just say $2,000. So you got 3 exits. So just say you have a $10,000 offer. You're going to give it to somebody right now for $3,000. So you break even. So I would call it my Godfather offer. And then you only have one of those.
So this is in addition to option A, B, and C that we were just talking about.
One Godfather offer. I always have that at every show I've done. I've done it for so many people. Because what I do, let's say I do a gun show. I sell gun training, firearms insurance. I get guns at wholesale. So I know if my show costs $2,000, so look, if you want to get not just one lifetime membership, I'm going to give you a family pack of 4 lifetime memberships. That's $40,000. I'm going to give you 2 Glocks, 9mm. I'm going to give you a shotgun. I'm going to give you 6 passes to take your friends and family. Hotel stays for life. That's a $106,000 package. The first person to give me $6,000 right now can have that.
Done.
My job is to make people lose sleep at night.
Heck yeah.
So again, if you're doing a Godfather offer, you have to make sure that somebody's losing sleep if they don't take it.
I see. Wow. Okay. I'm going to work on that one, but that's a very powerful add-in.
I've done it every year. I didn't make this up. It's really been around since trade show days of the 1800s. Barnum and Bailey sitting outside of. I like the guy. I can't remember his name. The guy that invented Vaseline. When nobody wanted it, when he did these good shows, we'd slit his wrist every week and then put Vaseline on it. They come back next week and see how fast my cuts heal versus these cuts without it.
Wow.
And people did. Now what he did was genius. Instead of selling, how many bottles do you want now? He wouldn't sell. It's like, if you want this, how many people want it? Everyone. Go to your local pharmacy and tell them that you want this carried at your local pharmacy. They can only buy it through me.
Yep.
Give them my card. So he did the
push.
The demand is already there. It's like, well, I can't buy this supply because there's no demand versus 50 people going into the local pharmacy saying, I need to get this Vaseline stuff. Correct.
So they all call on.
So he made the demand first, and then he offered the supply.
Yeah, the push versus pull.
That was genius. Just cutting his wrist every week, showing that off as the live as seen on TV demo.
That's awesome.
That was like one of the first boardwalk style demos. And that's how they did it. You did like traveling salesman style.
Wow.
Anything else I can help you out with before we end this?
Mike, this has been great so far. I'm going to obviously have to follow up with you again on this, but this has been very, very powerful. I appreciate this, the follow up on this. I'm going to take action on this, and we got a lot to work on. Look forward to seeing some results. All right. Yeah. Looking forward to it. And then we'll talk about how I want to see the end of it, how the webinar. I might be able to jump on just to watch it. Correct. Would love that. I'll egg you on. I'll have to you from the chat. I'll give you some questions to say, oh, I love this. Right? Well, I do have some people I know that do grooming and that do dog walking. A girl here is like high school girl. She does professional dog training and dog sitting. Those are the people. She's making like $500 a week just as a high school kid. Oh my God! And all she's doing is telling people, "Hey, I taught your dog how to not kill you." That you can go backwards. Well, that's really a different training. You're not telling them how to do their business.
But maybe as part of the business training, I don't know if you have this module of showing them, like, here's things you offer, here's things you niche at, and then here's your upsell cycle.
Yep. I have
you got that now?
I do have a whole, I've got that. I got lots of offers. Oh yeah.
Okay, now for other people to show them how to do that.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, even better. So maybe you want to get excited and show them that.
Yeah, there's so much stuff. I've got a whole encyclopedia of stuff.
Well, that's what you have to do. Maybe you just on your own make a quick, put a background up or go back in your shop and just go over the modules. Like, you're so excited. Like, I'm going to read module 5. It's going to show you how to do this, this, and this. You got to be here. Because that's Dean Graciosi does that.
Yes, he does.
That's his style. So maybe you said go read each one of your chapters, get excited about those 1 or 2 points, and then you can have it as your funnel of what you learn in chapter. Why I'm excited about chapter 1. Why I'm excited about module 4.
Yeah. Because
then as you get on the list, when it says, do you have this problem? Well, in module 4, we're going to make sure that problem's dead. You never see it again.
Correct.
Click here to see about it. So you can have a combination of the small video clips on the bottom. There's another funnel style that has all the videos on the bottom.
Yes.
Like a row, but you can always add a row. You might want to do a row of all 6 modules and the secret bonus training.
So like little prep videos on the landing page?
Yeah, just so you can get excited, like why I need to be here.
Okay.
Because I don't, if I see that, I already got to the ad. So you said everyone's coming to the landing page.
Yep.
And more excitement to give me your information.
Yeah. That video gallery, I think, is right inside of ClickFunnels.
Yeah, it's one. You just add a element and then do video and then just pop it right in.
Love it.
So I think that would get people excited, because then you can still keep your bullet points, but you have bullet points and a video explaining. Because I actually just took the Google class last month.
Yes.
And they were saying that people are lazy. They use voice search for everything. And now in 2019, as you do a voice search, they're going to give you videos, pictures, audio. They're not going to give you things to read anymore.
Yep.
So at least you have the option there. But I think you definitely need a video on the landing page. I always say people always need a video on the landing page, because I don't know why I'm here. It's not like it was 10 years ago.
Got it. Okay. No, I'm down with that. I think that video's that easy video. Yeah, this is good. I got a lot of stuff to do. This is great.
If you have employees, maybe you show them. Each do one.
Yeah.
But hey, what's your favorite part? Do you have other pet owners you worked with previously already? Is this your first time doing this?
I have worked with other pet business owners.
So grab them and say, hey, when I taught you module X, what did you think about it?
Yep. And
then just cut that up.
That's awesome.
Hey, let me show you what Joe said about module 5 and how much it helped her business. Hey, what do you think, Joe? Oh, Joe said blah, 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 blah. Let her do that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay.
No, I said you got way farther than most people ever get. So the client I'm working with now, our goal is to get her from clear to profitable webinar.
Yeah.
That's she understands that. So it took her 4 hours already just to get the one power stick.
Yep.
I had like 10 hours of video. I'm just like laughing. It's just fun.
I get it.
Oh, man. All right. So I'll end this call and then I'll talk to you in the forum.
Cool.
Have a good night.